So today we will be going to discuss about cell. What is cell? Let's learn it. Cell, it is the basic and functional unit of life which is mainly responsible for many of the life processes. So why it is called as basic and functional unit? Can anyone tell me? Okay, so we will learn here that why it is called as basic and functional unit, because cell is the very smallest unit of life. As we all know that in chemistry we learn each and every atom combined to form a molecule. Just like that, each and every cell combined to form a organism like us. So a group of cell, it combined to form a tissue. Just understand this chart, okay? The group of tissue combined to form a organ. What are the examples of organ now? The pancreas, the stomach, like that, okay? Coming to the group of, when the group of organs, okay, they combine, it makes the organ system. And the group of organ system, it combines to form an organism like us. So this is the reason why we call cell a basic and functional unit of life. Now coming to the classification of cell. What is the classification? The cell is broadly divided into two categories. Okay. The first one is on the basis of number of cells which is present in the body of a person or an organism. They are basically of two types. The one is unicellular and the second one is multicellular. As the name suggests, what does the word mean? Uni. Uni means single and the multi means more than one. Therefore, the unicellular organisms are the organisms which are made up of only single cell. Just like that, the multicellular organisms are the organisms which are made up of more than one cell. Now we will see some examples of the unicellular and the multicellular cells. Unicellular, the examples here are the bacteria, the algae, amoeba. Okay, these all organisms are unicellular. The multicellular organisms are the plants and the animals, as we all know. Okay, now coming to the second broad classification, which is the on the basis of cellular structure. It is mainly of two types, the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. As the name suggests, prokaryotic means they are basically primitive nucleus, or the nucleus are mainly absent here. And the eukaryotic, they have the true nucleus. Okay, so the prokaryotic and eukaryotic, the basic difference is that the prokaryotic organisms, they does not have membrane bound nucleus or organelles. In case of eukaryotic, they have membrane bound nucleus or organelles present in their cell. Okay, now we will see the size. The size of the prokaryotic organism, it ranges between 1 to 10 micrometer. Okay, so as we all know that 1 to 10 micrometer is smaller in size. Okay students, the eukaryotic cell, its size ranges from 10 to 100 micrometer. As we all know that 10 to 100 micrometer is as comparatively larger to the prokaryotic. So therefore these organisms are of larger structure. Now the prokaryotic cells, basically they are unicellular in nature, as we studied here in this classification. And the eukaryotic cells, they are basically, they can be unicellular and they can be multicellular. Okay. The prokaryotic organisms, the genetic, as the prokaryotic do not have nucleus, as we learn now, so these organisms have their genetic material in their cytoplasm of cell. As compared to the eukaryotic cell, they have their genetic material in the nucleus, because they have a very true nucleus and a membrane bound nucleus which is present in their cell. Now coming to some examples of it, the prokaryotic cells, examples are as usual the bacteria, the algae, the archaea. These are also kind of bacteria, archaebacteria as we say that. The eukaryotic examples are same plants and animals. So now we will see we have understood the basic structure. Now we will see the functions. Okay, so the functions are protection and support, the metabolism, they provide the structure to the body.